Erie Insurance Weather Center. A partly sunny day today. Steady temperatures in 20s for tonight. Partly cloudy, a low near 20 degrees. And look for mostly sunny skies for your Wednesday. High of 39 and back to 27 on Thursday. The Morning Chat is your place for your area friends and neighbors. Catch them all here on WAOV.
It's time for your favorite 3 o'clock local shows, proudly sponsored by Menards. Whether you're tuning in to AM 1450, 97.3 FM, or 97.7 FM, Menards is here to support great local content. And Menards is your one-stop shop for all things home improvement. Don't go anywhere. Today's 3 o'clock show is just getting started.
Welcome to Crosstalk. Crosstalk is hosted by two pastors, Mike Flynn and Luke Richardson. They'll discuss faith-based conversations concerning our city, lives, culture, news, politics. You know, everything you're not supposed to talk about at Thanksgiving. All that, and most importantly, the truth. Their aim is to connect with people in our community through real discussions, real laughs, and the truth. And now, here's Crosstalk.
You can hear me fine? All right, there we go. Pastor Luke, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Were you thankful?
I was.
Were you giving?
Yeah.
Yeah, praise God.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a few things. I love family, and I love family drama.
Oh, boy.
Not a lot of drama, but just a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
You got to have the feathers ruffled. But I will say this.
Is that a pun? 'Cause of Thanksgiving?
Yes. Turkey feathers ruffled. I was surrounded by about 30 people.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, mainly friends, but some family. And there was no talk of politics.
None?
Which really, it disturbed me. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys.
I think people are getting tired of it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Where did you go? Did you travel?
Yeah, we went to Bloomington.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Stay with my mom.
Nice. Were you as surprised, speaking of the weather, which you weren't, were you as surprised this morning to wake up and see all the snow?
Well, I didn't think we'd get that much. We got more than I thought.
Yeah.
So,
No one can know.
and they don't like to plow our road out there, so.
Oh, yeah, you're way out in the
It
country.
I kind of roughed it to get to the highway.
What road is it?
Well, we take 50.
What's the name of the road?
50. We take 50 in.
But what's the name of your road?
50.
Oh, 50?
Yeah, Highway
okay.
50.
What's your exact address? Just in case people on the radio want to come see you. And, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they do good. They do good. I
Yeah.
grew up in New England, and we're just ready for harsh winters.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much of a different climate. It's colder longer than out here in the Midwest. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But a lot, like New England states, have the capacity to remove the snow and be ready more than Midwestern states because they deal with it. They know it's coming. Right. It's great, but it's not a
especially
big
here,
deal.
we're kind of like in Vincennes. I feel like we're on that line of
We are.
We don't get that much, but when we do, it's like it doesn't seem like the roads get cleared off that fast.
Yeah, sometimes it can take. And I'm super thankful for our city and the workers. Listen, if you're out there working, doing the snow, doing anything for our city, thank you so much. I know it's hard to work for the government, but yes, thank you so much.
School was closed this morning. Or
Did
today.
they close it?
Yeah.
No.
Had e-learning. I waited. That's why I waited a little bit longer to come in this morning.
Oh, wow.
But they didn't get our road, so I just went anyways.
You just ski-dooed it?
Yeah.
All right. You got it. Hey, I got a question for you.
All right.
To the dictionary.com, they pick a word of the year every year. And 2025 word of the year
Don't tell me
is
6'7".
6'7".
I knew it.
How stupid is that?
It's not even a word. It's 2 words.
Exactly. Exactly. It literally the headline is The word of this year doesn't have a definition. It's just numbers. What are they thinking? You know what, though?
I feel like that was, what was last year's? Because I feel like my response was the same last year.
Last year to the, what do you think it was?
I don't remember. I feel like it was another slang word, like something.
What slang?
I don't remember.
I got it right in front of me.
What is it? It was slang, wasn't it?
You got to take a guess.
I don't remember.
Hold on. I got to pull it up. 2024 word of the year. Oh, demure? DEMUR? Huh.
Yeah, another
That's
slang.
interesting. But, so a couple things going on today. We're going to talk about some politics. I want to talk about Venezuela.
Okay.
Just everything surrounding that. You see the headlines. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. So they struck a boat.
Okay.
And which they've been doing, killing narco terrorists.
Oh, yeah.
So they struck the boat. Big explosion. Boat's incapacitated. And then the headline was there were 2 people hanging onto the boat, and Pete Hegseth said, "Strike them again, kill them again." That's the headline that came out. New York Times, WashPo, all that. But it's not the truth. So, but it is controversial. Like, was it?
Sounds like it.
Had it been that, was it a war crime? And isn't it weird that they have quote unquote war crimes?
Yeah.
Like you're literally killing people.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to kill you that way.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. And when you're in a war, are you gonna follow rules? Like, oh guys, this would help us win.
Geneva
but
Convention.
Geneva is gonna come and get us. No, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters that much. So anyway, it's been a good week, good weather. Thank you to Vincent City for clearing the road. Also, thank you to all the Gen Zers who made a number a word of the year.
They need to quit making some kind of slang the next dictionary.com word.
I can tell you that 6-7 is going to be gone real soon. And here's how I know. I read this book.
Because all the old people are on it too.
Well, I read this book called The Tipping Point. And it really got me fascinated with like patterns, like how patterns work, like something as simple as 6-7 blowing up. And is it derogatory? I don't even know. Does it mean anything lewd or?
It's LaMelo Ball's height.
Okay.
It's from a song.
Okay. So it's from a rap song.
Yeah.
I sound so white when I say that. So it is from a rap song.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Indubitably.
So it's from a rap song, and LaMelo Ball wrote the rap song?
It's just his height.
Okay. And why do the hands like go back and
He's like,
forth?
when they asked him how tall he was, like 6'7".
That's it. That's where it all came from.
guess. I don't know.
So trends that launch.
It's just anything from memes nowadays. It's like,
Yes.
That's what.
But a trend like 6-7 goes so far, so fast that it hits a tipping point and then it's done.
Well, so it was from like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to die out at the end of the school year last year.
Yeah.
Because it was more popular last year. Not now. It's more popular now, but it was popular last year. And then this summer, it just
It
exploded.
blew up. Something happened and it blew up.
I thought it was going to go away.
Yeah. So when you look at patterns, and this, I'll give you a great example. Do you remember Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Okay, so when they launched Pokemon Go, which is an app, it's a game you play on your phone. Pretty cool. You can walk around and you can, our church in Orlando set up some kind of battle thing. So we're like, hey, so literally I'd go to church and there'd be people just standing in the parking lot. There's like in the church just playing.
It was crazy.
There are people walking around, but that spread so fast.
It did.
Like super fast, and then done.
Yeah.
No one cares anymore.
Yeah. People still care.
They care, but not like it was.
Yeah.
Man, there'd be people like accidents would happen because people are staring at their phone trying to catch a Pokemon. Like crazy stuff.
Yeah,
but
it was really popular.
if you ever read the book The Tipping Point, it's pretty amazing because there's psychology behind that. There's psychology behind, like, remember toilet paper shortage during COVID?
Yeah.
Why did the toilet paper go so quick? Mass psychology and rapid. Why wasn't it anything else that went? Why wasn't it toothbrush or toothpaste? Because it's like a pocket of people. And again, toilet
Create a
paper was
scare.
gold. It shot up. Everyone's like, I need toilet paper. So domino effect. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, Toilet paper's everywhere.
Yeah, we've got 50 rolls.
Yes, yes. So it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas because of the snow. And Santa will be here at the Brevoort House. You know where the Brevoort House is?
I do not.
The Brevoort House is
This
right
is
where we're at.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called.
The Brevoort, where we do this live radio show, is across the street from Dairy Queen. It's an older house. It's got the satellites. You know where it is. But this Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Santa Claus is coming to Vincent's.
All right.
Right here at the Brevoort House. And to top it all off, free cookies. Free cookies from Gracie's.
Now that I could get down on.
Yeah, I like cookies. But we had an awesome staff party last night. We decided our Christmas staff party for our church. Usually we'll do like a restaurant and go somewhere. We'll feed them nice. But this year...
But this time we did pizza.
This year we got pizza. We went to VU, the bowling alley. And we're just like... You know how many people were like, this is a great idea. Oh, this was so fun. Oh, this was so easy. This was so relaxing. And I want to say, it wasn't my idea. You know whose idea it was?
I thought it was your idea.
No. I love
Was it
taking.
Samantha's?
I love taking credit for other people's ideas. It's just a thing I like to do. So, yeah. It was my wife. She said, "Why don't we just go bowling or something?" So.
And the rest
And
is history.
their pizza's not bad. VU pizza, it's like bar pizza. Even though I've never been in a bar in my life, I'm a pastor. I would never do that. I'm just kidding. But I'm not a drinker anyway. But it's like, I almost was gonna say I like it better than Bob's.
Oh,
I know.
Don't say that.
Oh boy. That was hard.
Hey, Knox County people are serious.
I know.
About
Please
their
forgive
Bobes.
me. I know not what I do. But it was good. It's thin, it's crispy, and
Don't ask someone that's from here and their favorite pizza's Bob's. Don't ask them how many other pizzas they've tried outside of.
because they don't. They don't.
There's usually not many.
Yeah.
It's not a
lot.
bad pizza, but
No, I like it, and I've had monocles. Have you ever had monocles?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I'm big. The only thing I don't like about Bob's is when the stuff is under the cheese.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of got this Chicago style, but you know the Bob's, they do a lot for the city. I
Yeah.
see their advertisement and sponsorship everywhere, so love it. Two things that I want you to think about. One, giving, end of the year giving to my church. Just kidding. End of year giving to Troy Pickle and First City Sunrise. They are full right now.
Yeah.
And man, people are cold. They're getting them in. I had a lady reach out to me, and I immediately called Troy, and Troy right away like, hey, you can stay warm with us. You can sleep here. So that, and then LifeWise is coming up. LifeWise is the Bible study. We had Bible study in the school. We had
Yes.
on Morgan
Yes.
Shooter to talk about it. It's going to be incredible. So if you're thinking of, give, is today Giving Tuesday?
It is.
Oh, wow. Today is.
It's a good day to give.
Can you tell me what that means? Giving Tuesday. Should I know?
I don't know the history.
Is it a
of
Catholic thing?
I don't know the history of it.
It's like Black Friday except reverse. Okay. So it's Giving Tuesdays. If you want to give the First City Sunrise. They're doing so much, and then you can give to LifeWise. Just go to lifewise.org, type in Vincent, you'll see us, and you can give and help launch this program where kids will take a break from school and study the Bible, which there's nothing more important than that. All right, Crosstalk, we'll be right back. Stay with us. 97.3, 97.7, 1450 AM.
Here's a check of community events from WAOV. The Homeless Veterans Reintegration Program is an employment-based program designed to assist unemployed or underemployed veterans. Through a network of government and community partners, Work One Facilities Employment Services will maximize potential for successful long-term employment and permanent self-sufficiency. For more information, call Jerry Sondheim at 812-902-8265. This message presented by Work One. The WAOV forecast now from the Brian Stevens Erie Insurance Weather Center. A partly sunny day today, steady temperatures in 20s for tonight, partly cloudy, a low near 20 degrees. And look for mostly sunny skies for your Wednesday, high of 39 and back to 27 on Thursday. The Morning Chat is your place for your area friends and neighbors. Catch them all here on WAOV.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. I'm going to pass this over to the pastor of disaster, the master. Give me another ride. Master. Pastor. Already said it, but go. Pastor Luke, hit it up.
All right. So I wanted to talk. Sew buttons on your shirt.
Oh, come on, man.
That's what my mom used to tell me.
We got to stop this.
I don't know why. Okay. Anyways, I want to talk about a Christmas character in the Bible.
Oh, no.
The shepherds.
Oh, the shepherds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
kind of cool.
I thought I want to look into the shepherds some more. I feel like,
do a deep dive.
With anything in the Bible, if you you think you know stuff about it, and then you do a deep dive, and you're like, I knew nothing.
Happens all the time. I still feel that way.
I know. And so I was like, let me do the deepest dive I can do and figure out who these shepherds are.
All right, let's hear it.
I love finding out new stuff.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
I bet that ties into everything, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, sort of. It could. I'm not going to go there, but it could.
Yeah, don't go there,
Okay,
girl.
so there's some stuff that we do know, from the text. This is in Luke chapter 2. We know that they were out in the fields. This is just stuff you can read.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is we miss so much with our 21st century context. We're so far removed.
Yeah.
So they were out in the fields. They're watching their flocks at night. They're near Bethlehem. The angel of the Lord appears to them.
Yep.
Announces the birth of Christ. They become essentially the first human evangelists, not of Jesus' ministry, but, of what he's going to do.
Are there animal evangelists?
Well, the angel was first.
Oh, okay. All right. You got
Yes, the sheep went out and, no.
Bah.
Okay. Anyways, so they become the first humans, I guess. I don't know if you want to say that.
Yeah, no. I wasn't thinking angels, so I'm like, but yeah, angel, that is correct.
Okay, so we know another thing that most people know is that shepherds had a lowly status.
Yeah, they weren't like,
and that's pretty common to most people that have experienced Christmas in church at least once or twice, that have been a Christian for very long.
Yeah.
I like to go back and look at what old rabbis say in the Talmud and that kind of stuff. It gives us a little bit of insight.
The Talmud and the Midrash, those are collections of Jewish rabbis. It's not the Word of God.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like almost commentary or the extra stuff.
Yeah. So if you don't know, you ever heard the Talmud, that's what it is.
Yeah. So I didn't know that, according to the Talmud, some rabbinic tradition says that shepherds were viewed as unreliable.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Why? Because they lose sheep?
I don't honestly. I don't know.
I didn't know that. I know they were looked down upon, but I didn't know that.
They were considered unclean most of the time because of their profession, just the stuff that they had to deal with.
Like spiritually unclean? Yeah, because they deal with blood and birth.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
And all kinds of stuff. And also, I feel like I knew this, but maybe it was just a refresher. But they were not allowed to be legal witnesses in court.
No.
I didn't know that.
I know women can't.
Yeah.
Shepherds, wow.
Apparently, according to rabbinic tradition.
That's crazy.
So, I don't know if maybe that was just a certain time period or what.
Yeah.
So that was something I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Biblically, however, we see that shepherds, played a huge role in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the patriarchs were shepherds.
Was it? Okay.
King David was a shepherd.
When Joseph took in the Israelites after his whole thing and he rose up to second in command, weren't a lot of them shepherds? I don't know. Quote me on that.
Maybe.
I know they were. They were.
I'm not sure.
And that's where they were looked down upon. I think that's where it all got started, maybe.
Could be. I don't know.
Maybe. All right, keep going. Keep going.
God himself calls himself the shepherd of Israel in Psalm 80.
Yep.
Which is cool. And then obviously the Messiah would be prophesied as a shepherd, the good shepherd. So shepherds biblically have huge significance.
Oh, of course.
So here's some interesting things I found out. In Bethlehem and the surrounding fields, they used different kinds of shepherds to watch these flocks.
There's different kinds?
Levitical shepherds.
Those are priestly shepherds.
Because within 5 miles were the only lambs that were allowed to be used for the sacrifice.
Wow.
And guess-
were those Levitical shepherds looked down upon too?
I guess so.
Because they're in charge of the sacrifices. Wow.
So Bethlehem, it was 5 miles south of Jerusalem. So essentially all the sacrificial lambs came from that area,
Wow.
which I didn't know that.
And if you don't know this, the Levitical shepherds, it's from the tribe of Levi, and they were the priests.
Yep. So that's just kind of crazy. So
That is cool.
Only sheep raised within 5 miles of Jerusalem were allowed to be used as the sacrifice.
Oh.
So that's
Wow.
just really cool.
I wonder why.
Which, again, if you're putting it together, you kind of see where this is going.
Yeah.
That's where Jesus was born, right?
In Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so these specific shepherds were almost certainly raising the sheep and the lambs that would be used for the daily sacrifices, the
The
Passover.
ones who came to Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. I never thought of that.
Yeah. So, there's crazy implications. So, their job was literally to raise the unblemished
Yes.
lambs. Yeah.
The lamb had to be perfect too.
Yeah, which is insane. And so I think this is so powerful when you connect it with the gospel. And I'm so glad I found this stuff out. Another really cool thing that I found was, you know how the angel uses some interesting language when it says that you'll find the baby wrapped in swaddling clothes,
Yeah.
laying in a manger.
Yep.
So again, according to rabbinic tradition, the sacrificial lambs, when they were born, they would wrap them in swaddling clothes.
No.
Because they were afraid these lambs would injure themselves.
Oh.
So it protected the lambs from hurting themselves.
Wow.
So when the angel, most likely when the angel says, you're going to find this baby wrapped in swaddling clothes lying in a manger, the shepherds would have been like immediately
Wow.
knowing what
Connected to the sacrifice.
knowing that this must be a true Passover lamb that's born.
Wow.
Like that just blew my mind when I read
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
So that's just so cool. I think the shepherds would have immediately made that connection that the angel
is
is
the
basically
Messiah.
the Passover lamb is being born.
Yeah. Well, if an angel talks to you too,
Yeah.
it's like
I know it's
you got
kinda
something
crazy.
to say.
And so then it made me think, like, I've always understood and thought it was cool that the shepherds kind of just leave their flocks and run to find Jesus.
Yeah.
But to me, this kind of makes more significance to that they just run and find the Passover lamb.
Wow.
Because they
Like-
just leave their
Well,
flocks.
you leave your flock to what? See a baby?
Yeah.
They've probably seen babies
Right.
before,
Which-
but this is different.
Yeah, and it heightens the significance, I feel like, to the angel's message and just to everything.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And to think that the shepherds, they make the perfect first witnesses to the birth of Christ, the
Why?
Messiah.
I thought they don't
Because-
count.
Exactly. But listen to this. So these Levitical shepherds were the ones who not only inspected but certified the lambs to be sacrificial
Oh,
lambs.
They needed certification?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the shepherds, these Levitical shepherds, were the first ones to inspect and certify that Christ was born.
and this isn't like shepherds in other places. They
Yeah.
don't do that. These are Levitical
Right.
shepherds.
According to rabbinic tradition.
That's crazy.
I know. I didn't know that.
Wow. And by the way, the Talmud, the Jewish traditions, they would not want to write anything down that supported Jesus' claim as Messiah.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're,
Right.
this
These
is
are little
people who are
anecdotes to help
anti
us. Yeah.
against Jesus.
Yeah.
And they're writing stuff that points to Jesus without even knowing
Yeah.
it.
So essentially, the implications here are that these Levitical shepherds basically authenticate the birth of Christ
To certify
as
the
as the sacrificial lamb of the world.
That's great. Are we the only Bible nerds? Like,
Sometimes I wonder.
Do you think people are like, whoa, or just like boring?
I don't know. This just blew
Dude,
my
it
mind.
blows my mind right now.
Yeah, I was just my mind was blown as I
Keep
was.
going, keep going.
Okay. So then, again, we kind of get back to the fact that the shepherds were overlooked, outcast, that kind of
Losers.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. And also, when I was researching this, it reminded me that how much Luke's gospel talks about the marginalized.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes perfect sense that this account is in Luke's gospel.
Wow. I never thought about it that
I
way.
hadn't either.
Yeah.
But Luke, he talks about more of the
Like tax collectors,
Right.
prostitutes,
women in general.
women.
He has more references to women in Jesus' ministry than anyone
Wow.
else. That's where we find out the women that supported his ministry financially too.
Yeah.
Luke talks
and
about 'em.
doesn't it talk about Mary being the first one at the grave in Luke?
Yeah, and
first-
it talks about
First person Jesus appeared to, a woman.
at the cross too. It says that there were women that were standing far off onlooking the cross
Oh.
in Luke's gospel. So he talks about all the marginalized
yeah.
people way more. And so it fits perfectly, I think, that this full account is in Luke's gospel.
Yeah. That's
So
incredible.
It's kind of cool. But, God really, he does this with everything. He kind of flips all of our standards
Yep.
on their heads.
Our pride, everything.
Yeah. And so you see Mary, she was a young nobody.
Yeah.
You see the shepherds, they're just outcasts, social outcasts.
Yep.
And then also, when you throw Bethlehem into this, it's like this tiny,
It's a
insignificant
podunk town. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Right.
We love it. We know it.
Yeah,
like
which-
Nazarene, too.
Right.
Nazareth.
Yeah.
Tiny podunk town.
Yep. And, one cool thing, I just wanted to throw this out there, but it didn't really have anything to do with this, but Bethlehem means house of bread, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you
then,
can't make a connection, but
right.
sheep eat bread. So the connection, and then the monkeys that escaped.
No.
All right, keep going.
So we see God just completely flip all the power structures. He wasn't the Messiah, the Savior of the world wasn't born in a palace, and it wasn't
Yep.
told to Pharisees, religious leaders, kings, rulers,
Everyone
whatever.
see you be
It was
here.
to the shepherds, to the
Yeah.
lowly shepherds.
I love that.
And
Man.
one last thought to just before we end this segment, I just think is a cool takeaway of the gospel is if God came first to these shepherds to explain it to them, the lowly, the broken, the insignificant, the unclean, the whatever. I mean, the gospel's for everyone, but
Yeah.
especially to the outcast,
Yep.
especially to the broken, to
Yeah.
the insignificant, to the overlooked, and that's who Jesus wants to reach.
Yeah.
So.
Amen. That is awesome. All right, we'll be right back. Got to talk about Venezuela. This is Crosstalk 97.3, 97.7, 1450. Amen.
From the WAOV News Center, I'm Tom Lee reporting. The city of Vincennes has decided not to pursue an ordinance to allow side-by-side vehicles to operate legally on city streets. The idea was considered but not forwarded from a Vincennes City Council committee. Vincennes Mayor Joe Yoakum himself was against it. Mayor Yoakum feels that the city allowed those vehicles who had opened the door to make other similar transportation styles street legal. A Patoka woman was arrested following a report of a disturbance in the 200 block of South Main in Patoka. The sheriff's office reporting the disturbance was over a debit card and one party refused to return to the other. 26-year-old Cameron Thomas of Patoka arrested on a preliminary charge of theft. Good Samaritan Hospital in Vincennes is hosting a free mammogram screening event at the Breast Care Center today for uninsured and underinsured patients. That initiative is made possible through a grant from the Indiana Breast Cancer Awareness Trust. More news is available anytime you want it online at WAOVAM.com. I'm Tom Lee reporting for WAOV News.
Building strength in wheat pulled corn higher, but a lower close on soy futures. This is Hoosier Ag Today's Tuesday closing farm market report. Brought to you by Acre Pro. Buying or selling farmland? Accomplish your goals with the help of Acre Pro's land professionals. Get in touch today at acrepro.com. Increasing tension between Russia and Ukraine provided support for U.S. wheat and corn followed today. Soybeans still aren't getting the sales and news needed to get a bump. Settlements, March corn 450 up an even nickel. May 457.5 up 4 1/4. January beans down 3 1/4, 11.24 3/4. March 11.35 down 3 cents. And March wheat up 6, 5.41. Strong cattle futures, February live cattle 220.80 up 4.87, and Febline hogs 80.17 down 12. I'm Andy Eubank, Hoosier Ag Today, Indiana's Farm Network.
North Knox breaks open a close game in the second quarter and wins by 30. I'm Tom Lee with the WAOV Radio Sports Beat. North Knox had a 4-point lead after one, but then they extended that lead each of the last three quarters to win 63-33 over Bedford North Lawrence. Lexi Primus and Jade Richter at 18 apiece. Rosalind Arms with 10. North Knox 8-0 on the season. They travel to South Knox Saturday night. North Knox C team is 2-0. They win 43-33 over Terre Haute South. Nash McClure led with 20. South Knox C team lost their first one of the year. They fell to Linton. Austin Lau and Hunter Mishler both had 6 for the Spartans. Clark Middle School 8th grade defeats Hobstadt 44-38. Davion Jennings with 15. CMS girls win 38-24 over Hobstadt. Mariana Moore with 19. I'm Tom Lee. Here is a community announcement from WAOV. The group Celebrate Recovery will hold a Compassion and Hope House. It'll be at 31 West 5th Street in Newberry every Tuesday night from 6 until 9. Also, there will be a food pantry there the last Saturday of every month from 10 until 12 noon. Volunteers are needed. You can get involved by calling Cindy Crump at 217-413-1489.
Let the original company help your business by getting the word out with a promotional and marketing plan. Make your business our business. Call the original company, 800-876-0173, or go online to originalcompany.com.
Don't miss bingo every Thursday evening at the Knights of Columbus in Vincennes. Doors open at 6. Games begin at 7. The hot ball starts at $300. Open to the public. The Knights of Columbus, located at 701 Felt King Road in Vincennes. Bingo license on file.
The WAOV forecast now from the Brian Stevens Erie Insurance Weather Center. A partly sunny day today. Steady temperatures in 20s for tonight. Partly cloudy, a low near 20 degrees. And look for mostly sunny skies for your Wednesday. High of 39 and back to 27 on Thursday. The Morning Chat is your place for your area friends and neighbors. Catch them all here on WAOV.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. We love to talk about the Bible, the truth, and some politics. I like me some politics. Know what I mean?
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Woo! Venezuela. All right, so you hear what's going on in Venezuela?
A little bit.
Yeah, so we've moved like carriers to the country. It's almost like we're preparing for war, which I don't know if that would happen because Trump is like not a war guy, which is
right.
Yeah. But, I mean we're
wasn't.
putting pressure. There's a $50 million bounty on Mandura. I think that's his name. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do good with names. Anyway, and what happened was there's an airstrike where you've probably seen on the news some drones flying, a boat full of drugs and terrorists, boom, blow it up. Yeah. So there's like ethical questions on that. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Legally, it is. But what do you think about that?
I mean,
are they afforded due process?
I feel like...
Can't we just stop them and take it?
You'd think so, but how many of those, boats have weapons and...
Yeah.
I mean,
The fentanyl
I'd say it depends
is
on how
killing
much
people.
Yeah, how much do they really truly know that that's what's on the boats?
Oh yeah,
And
it
so,
is.
yeah.
They know.
I mean, I would say if there's even a question, then don't do it. But
No, they know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it deters other people from going like, dude, I don't want to get blown up.
Yeah.
But there was a controversy.
That'll stop crime.
The boat blew up and there were 2 survivors clutching, hanging on the boat, and they did a second strike.
Did they
Killed
really?
them. Yeah. So that's a controversy. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Venezuela for a minute.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this. 1950, 1970s, 1950 to 1970, Venezuela was one of the richest countries in the world with massive wealth, right? And then in the 1970s, the government starts taking control of the oil industry. That's where it started, right? Then they started overspending and corruption grew. In 1999, a man by the name of Hugo Chavez is elected.
Because, communism, there can't be corruption when there's communism.
No. Hugo Chavez is elected. That's when he really puts in socialist, the policies, communism. He nationalized business. He seized farms and imposed price controls.
Sounds like what's going on in New York City.
Zohran Mamdani said we need to seize the means of production.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Anyway, so by 2000, the oil production collapse, shortened, start taking over. 2013, Maduro takes over. Hyperinflation hits. Food, medicine, electricity, all that becomes scarce. Now today, millions are fleeing that country. Right? Once rich Venezuela became one of the most poorest nations in the world.
Yeah.
And you may ask why, and I have a good answer for why. Because socialism doesn't work. Communism doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's not worked anywhere.
Nope.
And people will point to different countries, which, you can look at Denmark and Norway. That's not communism. Do they have socialist policies? Yes, but it doesn't work. It's never worked. Anyway, so early in September, they did that strike, and the headlines that came out was Pete Hegseth ordered the second strike. That's what they're focused on, the second strike, not the first one, because legally speaking, it may be a war crime. Because when you, and I read through the law, I can't repeat it, but when you blow up a boat or something, and there are people like, help, they're incapacitated, the vessel's done and all that, you're not supposed to kill them. Which, again, it makes no sense to me because
you killed them.
You're killing them. Like the whole war crimes.
That's what the whole first strike was about.
I know there's like, hey, you're not allowed to use cluster bombs, or you're not allowed to use this, and it's like, what? There's no rules in war, right?
Yeah.
You have rules of engagement, but and by the way, enemies, terrorists, they don't play by the rules. They're not going to be like, oh, the Geneva, I'll take care of my prisoners. I'll do this.
Right.
No. But United States does. And a lot of humane countries. And when I say follow the rules, they're not going to torture prisoners.
Yeah.
Maybe the CIA a little bit to get some info, but I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with CIA torturing terrorists if it means more people will be saved?
Well,
it's one of those things. I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But man, there's some sick, evil people around the world. Yeah. So anyway, New York Times, Washington Post all came out. Hegseth did this. Hegseth did that. He killed the two survivors. And to kill a shipwrecked or incapacitated person would amount to a war crime. But like any new headline you see, especially from the New York Times or Washington Post, give it a little time. Because within a few days, you're going to find out if that's real or not real. And wouldn't you know it, it was not real. There's no proof that Pete Hegseth said that. Now, the general, Mitch Bradley, he's the admiral, and he's the one who commanded the strike. And what did Pete Hegseth do? Did he throw him under the bus? Did he say it's him? No, he stood up for him and said, he's an American hero, and I'm giving him 100% of my support, right? But again, the White House said Hegseth authorized Bradley to carry out the strike, right? But he wasn't the one who said, hit him again. And in fact, he did. Yeah, that wasn't him, but that's the headline, okay? Yeah. Now, why did the admiral do it? I don't know. Maybe the boat could have still went. I have no clue. But again, and then Donald J. Trump gets involved, which I know he's good. No, but Trump, first off, said he wasn't aware of any second strike. Even if did the second strike even happen? I don't know. He wasn't aware of survivors, and he didn't get a lot of the information. And Trump, every time he says that, I just feel like it's super honest. He's like, I don't know anything about it. Or they'll mention a guy, and he'll be like, I don't know him. He might be a good person, might be a bad person. I don't know. Yeah. It's so funny. But they asked him the question of this: would you be okay if they did do a second strike to kill those two people hanging on. If they
Oh,
did
they asked
it,
Trump if he
they
would-
asked Trump, would you be okay with that? And his response was, no, I would not have wanted that, a second strike. Not a second strike,
Yeah.
and he said the first strike was very lethal. It was fine.
Yeah. I mean, they're in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah,
Like,
you can-
what are they going to
Then he's-
survive anyways,
yeah.
or what?
Well, they probably should pick them up. If you bomb a boat,
So we bomb them and then go rescue the two that didn't?
yeah, put them in jail. I mean, that would be the thing
Okay.
to do, but for whatever reason, that didn't happen. And
Yeah.
who knows if this was true or not true?
Right.
You know, but New York Times had to post a retraction saying we don't have proof that Pete Hegseth said that.
Too late.
So,
It's already done.
Yeah.
All you have to do is be accused of something.
Yeah, it is. He said you could. Trump is saying the same thing everyone watching is saying. You can. Here's his quote. Quote. You can see the boats. You can see the drugs in the boats, and each boat is responsible for killing 25,000 Americans. If it's fentanyl, right?
Probably more than that, too.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't mind them doing this. It's just a slippery slope of the government if.
Yeah.
Like Trende, all those narcos, they are terrorists. They are killing people.
Yeah.
But what if the next government or the new government designates Christian nationalists as terrorists? Can you see where that slippery slope would happen? That worries me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I like that we're taking out all those drugs.
Right.
I really do.
Right.
Especially coming from Venezuela, but there's a slippery slope I'm worried about is if you can designate a group of people terrorists, then you can blow them up or kill them. Who gets to decide who's a terrorist and who's not?
Exactly.
Maybe Congress can, not the executive branch.
It's a whole misinformation all over again.
That would be scary. So anyway, what do I think is going to happen in Venezuela with Maduro? He offered to resign and just be in charge of the military, and the United States was like, nope, you got to go. You, your family, go, and that's it. That's all we want, which I don't get why we're doing that. Because Venezuela's destroying our country through drugs, maybe?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you know there's a $50 million bounty on his head?
Really?
Yeah. Buddy, if I'm in a car with you driving and there's a $50 million on your head, bounty on your head, I don't know, man. That's a lot of money. Like, I know you're going to heaven. I know you're good. I'll make sure your family's
I don't think
set
you
up.
have to worry about me doing drug deals.
No, I'm just saying if you had a bounty. I don't know. Would I turn you in for $50 million? Dude, that's a lot of money. Okay.
50 million or 50,000?
$50 million.
Oh, 50 million.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So which one of his guys is going to turn on him for that much?
That is a lot of money.
So that's the bounty. Man, I really hope Venezuela can break free of socialism so their people don't have to starve anymore.
Yeah.
I really hope that. I was listening to news reports on some of the people that live there. They're beautiful people, kind people. Obviously, the gangs aren't. No, they're terrible. And the more poverty you're in, the more gangs get more and more ruthless. And, you know, what else can you do with your life?
Yeah.
Like, we take for granted that we're the land of opportunity. Like, you can be anything, do anything. You want to be a doctor? You can be a doctor. Nothing's stopping you,
Yeah.
right? In third world countries and like Venezuela, you don't have that. You're going to grow up and be poor, and even doctor's salary. Remember what we paid for a doctor's salary in Honduras?
I
It was
forget
like
what it was.
$300 a month.
Yeah,
like we
maybe.
gave them more than that, but that's like their normal salary. But I don't know. I hope and pray that Venezuela can turn into a capitalistic enterprise,
Yeah.
so they don't have to starve. I mean, socialism doesn't work, and it hurts people and it harms people. Communism doesn't work. The Bolshevik revolution in Russia, the USSR, I mean, it does not work.
Yeah.
Stop it, people. I think you're going to see, I know we got to wrap this up, but I think you're going to see more and more Democrats go from super left to
more toward the middle.
more moderate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not saying DEI. They're not
I
saying
mean,
different things.
they're kind of splitting as a
They
party
have
right
to.
now.
They have to. The front runner is Gavin Newsom, and he's done that. He's inched his way back to the middle.
Trying to.
Trying to, yeah.
He's trying to please both
Yeah.
sides.
Hey, let's talk about the Word of God. We'll be right back, Crosstalk. Stay with us. We're talking about God's Word. Crosstalk 97.3, 97.7, 1450. Amen.
2 Network Indiana.
Life is full of changes.
To Network Indiana.
Life is full of changes. Seasons shift from hectic and busy to slow and calm. Yet through all of the seasons of life, our windows remain the same, just as we installed them. No matter how much life changes, with our industry's best warranty, our windows provide you with peace of mind that lasts for years to come. Call now or visit bwindow.com and receive 68% off your next project.
That's Favors Beam Window. Trust me.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while...
Hey, we're back. 6, 7.
No.
I've never said it. I just said it now, though.
We've banned it at our house.
Yes, it should be banned. But there's nothing wrong with it. Let me ask you this question. That rap song that it's in, is that a vulgar song?
I've never listened to this song,
Oh,
so I don't know.
You don't listen to gangster rap?
You know, I don't listen to secular music.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Pun intended.
Anyway, we're in John
That was
chapter
really
8.
punny.
That was horrible. Hey, Jesus is arguing with the religious leaders. He just said to them, you do what your father does, and your father is the devil. He literally tells them that. These Pharisees, they're like the religious leaders. They rule everything. They have to bow down to Rome, though. But, man, they could have you killed for blasphemy. They're in charge of forgiving your sins, and they have priests and ceremonies and atonements. Jesus hits them the hardest. Not the prostitute, but the religious leaders who are supposed to be bringing people towards God, and instead they were pushing them away. And Jesus says something like, hey, whoever hears the word of God, right, that's how we know God is your father. And he tells the religious leaders, like, God is not your father because you're not listening to the words that I'm saying. And so, during this whole conversation, at the very end, what do? They pick up stones and they go to stone Jesus to kill him. Now, if they really wanted to execute somebody, they have to do it by Roman law. They have to bring him before Rome. They can't just do an execution. That's why they brought Jesus to Pontius Pilate. Yeah. Because they weren't allowed to kill him. So they're like, hey, we want this guy killed.
Which even that was illegal because they weren't supposed to do it on the Passover.
Yeah.
But they did it anyways because they were so ready to kill him.
They were raging.
Yeah.
All this rage built up. So, however, in the middle of blasphemy, in the middle of talking with these religious leaders, Jesus said something so upsetting to them that they didn't even care about the Roman Empire ruling them. They just picked up stones. And then my favorite... I joked about this in church. My favorite part is it says Jesus hid and left from the midst of them. Or let me read it because I picture like Jesus hiding behind a tree or something, but that's not actually what happened.
I want to see the moment. I wish I could see whenever they've pushed him off to the kind of the edge of the cliff and then he just like slips away.
Yep.
Like, did he go invisible? Or
exactly.
What?
It says they picked up stones to throw at him. But Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple. So that's supernatural. It's not just him like running away. No, Magic
Cena.
Man.
John Cena.
Yeah, no, he did that other times in the Gospels.
Yeah.
Because Jesus was not going to the cross until he allowed them to take him.
Right. It wasn't time yet.
It wasn't time yet. Yep. Jesus never had to go to the cross. Like they didn't catch him, and he was like, oh, man, my ministry's done. He went to the cross when he was ready to go to the cross.
Yeah.
That's it. What did he say? What did Jesus say that was so bad? Let me tell you. So he's making all these statements. He's calling them saying their father's the devil. By the way, their response to Jesus saying all those things is, you're a Samaritan and you have a demon. And I'm watching like liberal versus conservative. I'm watching all these political arguments and people going back and forth. You know how I can tell when somebody loses an argument or they don't have a leg to stand on? They start calling people names.
Yep.
Well, you're just racist. You're homophobic. You're this. You're that. You're bigoted. Like when you lose your argument, that's what you say. And so they called him a Samaritan, which doesn't sound bad to us because, like, hey, we got Good Samaritan Hospital. But back then,
Scum of the earth.
it was the scum, the tribal group, the people the Jews despised the most were the Samaritans.
Yeah.
Hands down. So them saying this to Jesus is saying, you're not even Jewish. You're a Samaritan. And then to accuse him of a demon. You know why they had to accuse him of a demon? Because he was doing powerful things that no one had ever seen. You had to explain the miracles. But instead of saying, like, oh, and sometimes we'll see that too in the political realm. You'll see these really good results. Well, those are bad. Call them a name and say, well, I know what you think it's good, but it's really because the person's evil.
Right.
Like question motives, things like that.
Yeah.
So here's what Jesus said, by the way. Jesus said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was I am. So their question was, are you greater than Father Abraham? Right? Who do you think you are? They want to know, who are you? Are you prophet, priest? Who are you? And Jesus was like, Abraham saw this day. He knew it. I saw Abraham. They're like, you're not even 50. How could you see Abraham? And this is a response. I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. Grammatically, that doesn't make sense. But the statement of saying, I am, what he's doing is saying, I am Jehovah. Like when Moses was talking to the burning bush. And who are you? The burning bush says, I am the I am. That's what that means. That means I have no beginning. I have no end. I've existed eternally. I've existed forever. I am Jehovah. I am the great I am. So for this carpenter to say this, to the religious leader, this carpenter who's only 30-something years old, for him to make this statement of I am the I am. Wow.
And I noticed something Sunday when you were preaching. He says, "It is my Father who glorifies me."
Yeah.
I bet that made him mad too. Holy cow! Can you imagine?
Of course. Well,
Saying
I
that
don't
the Father glorifies him.
Jesus kept telling them, "My Father."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything got them mad.
Just saying that my Father.
Do you know why they got so mad at Jesus? Person who's healing, giving, loving, giving sight to the blind, making the lame walk again, feeding 5,000 people, plus women and children. You know why they don't like it? Because
they weren't being looked to.
Yes, they weren't getting in the glory. The Jewish rabbis, the Pharisees, the priests, they had power and control over everything religious. They had the temple keys. You don't get forgiveness unless you come through me. You don't get to sacrifice unless you buy our lamb. And when this carpenter, it's not about his message. It's about the people following him. All these followers. Like, let's say you had a fancy TikTok channel, right? And you had 1 million followers. And you were like the goat man, like literally selling goats. And then another goat man came up and you lost all your followers to that goat man.
Yeah.
You'd be upset.
Yeah.
You'd start to hate that goat man. Even though that goat man has done nothing wrong. Just that's the exact thing with the Pharisees. People were following Jesus by the thousands. And they knew they had to kill him because they didn't want to lose power and control.
Kind of like whenever in Acts when Paul cast the demon out of that girl, and that was their moneymaker.
Yep.
And then
the riot in Ephesus.
They were mad.
That was in Ephesus, right?
I can't remember.
They were angry.
Yeah.
You healed this demonic girl who's lived a torturous life. How are we going to make money off of her?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
How sick is that?
Yeah.
So they were jealous, and they ended up, eventually, they think they're winning. They ended up capturing Jesus, killing him, and they think we we've done it. We've stifled the rebellion. Oh,
Little did they know.
it was not nails that held Jesus to the cross. It was his love for you that held him there. Love held him there.
Yeah.
When Peter went to go fight off all them in the garden, the Roman soldiers, when they were trying to take him, he took his sword out, cut a dude's ear off, which is not a good sword move. You want to stab or throw, you don't want to just cut an ear off.
Probably missed.
Yeah. Anyway, Jesus put that ear back on, and he told Peter, he said a couple things. One of the gospel records him saying, if you live by the sword, you'll die by the sword. But this is beautiful. He said, I could call a legion of angels. I could call 10,000 angels down here. He could have. But instead, he thought of you. You listening on the radio right now, he thought of you and willingly went to the cross. Joyfully. It says there was joy in that. Even though he despised the shame, even though it was torture. And by the way, Jesus isn't Clark Kent. You know, he is God, but he's 100% human and 100% God. So when they punched Jesus, it hurt. Clark Kent, man, you shoot him when he's wearing his nerdy glasses, doesn't make a difference.
Right.
Jesus, it hurt, and he suffered. He suffered so you don't have to live a religious lifestyle and follow all the rules and hope to God when you get to heaven you've been good enough.
That's enough, yeah.
No. Jesus willingly went to the cross so you can find grace in his sight. So you can have purpose and hope. And the Christian life isn't easy. It doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. Like 11 of the 12 disciples were murdered. But it means you have purpose and you have hope. And hope has a name, and that's Jesus. If you can listen and understand and you know Jesus went to the cross for you, Jesus was tortured, Jesus was shamed for you. If you know that truth, you hear that truth, and you're still just like, nah, I'm good. You reject Jesus now here on earth, God's going to reject you in heaven. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through him. He wasn't just a man. He wasn't just a prophet. He wasn't just a priest. He was the Son of God who died for your sins willingly so you can be free. You can be set free today. Thanks for listening. This is Crosstalk 97.3, 97.7, 1450 AM.
Listening to the Talk of the Town, 97.7 FM and 4.